Hey guys, just as you know from the announcement, I'm just going to record tonight's lesson only because it's like 30 minutes tops. There's really no point in bringing everybody into WebEx, especially when you guys are probably busy with assignments and everything else. So I'm just going to pull it into here. We're just finishing off the Stripe stuff we didn't finish off from last week, so that'll tidy that up. And then we're good. That's it. That's the end of everything. So that kind of leads me to a little bit of housekeeping that we should just kind of cover before moving on to the lesson. So there's a few things we kind of need to know. One, the academic check-ins, I've put the remaining check-ins in here. All three are in there. All you have to do is click on it, answer true, submit, and you're done. And that's a free 7.5% right there. And then with the weekly quizzes down here, that are worth like 2.5% each or whatever they are. All you have to do for a free 5%, you just click on this, answer the question, submit it, and then you're good to go. And you get 2 attempts, and there's only one question. So that kind of wraps up those gradables that were outstanding. In assignments, though, I do have assignment 6. It is here. Please review it. It's really just implementing the Stripe that we've been working on for the last 2 weeks. You're just going to implement that Stripe payment processing into your applications, and then you're going to submit that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark your assignment 6 and then back mark from assignment 6 to assignment 1, and make sure that you have all of your assignments in, because I can't put a mark in there unless the assignment is in. So that's super important that you've done that. Yeah, and you have till the 15th of December. If it's later than that, I'm going to mark it late, and there'll be a penalty to it. But you have till the 15th of December. So try to get everything in by the 15th of December, so that way everything is covered. All right. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about tonight's class. Tonight's class is encompassing the rest of the Stripe processing. Now, I'm not entirely sure where we left off. I know we didn't get as much done as I would have liked to have gotten done, only because we were talking a lot about the project, probably more than we should have been. Uh, Definitely want to get this done tonight, though, because you need it. If you don't have this done tonight, you're going to have a lot of problems. So you can't even do assignment 6 without this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this and kind of get an idea of where we're at. I do know one thing. I have this in here, and that shouldn't be in there, because I know we didn't create it. Now, in our orders controller, did we make an index? Yes, we did. We have an index in our orders controller. We have details, we have checkout, we have process payment, but I don't think we actually tested it. And then we have save order. So we did create all of the things in the cart, but I don't think we actually wound up testing anything at all. So because we haven't tested it, there's no way for us to actually know what's going on. Um, okay, so you know what? You know what I'm going to do? Just to make our lives a little easier, I am going to work with you on filling out the orders index files so we have it, and then we'll go from there. So if you click on views, click on orders, right click and choose new file. You're going to create a new file called index.cshtml. And then in here, we'll add our block at the top with a view data to change the title tag. And we'll call this completed orders, like so. Then we'll add an H1, and we'll add the at view data. And we'll call that title, fill in that part. We'll create a div, whoops. And then we'll create a table dot table striped dot table bordered. And then we'll create a T head with a TR and some TH inside. So there's the ID, there's the total, and TH, here's the actions. Then we'll create a T-body. Oops. T-body. So T-body is where each of our orders are going to go. And if you remember from last week, these are only orders that the user has completed their payment for. So if they haven't completed the payment, then the order doesn't go in. But if they've completed the payment, then we'll show them a list of orders that they have in order of ID. And that makes a lot of sense because if we're sorting it by order of ID, then they can go back to the most recent order that they bought and they can go look at their receipt. Because that's essentially what we're building. We're building a payment receipt system here. So I'm going to iterate by using a for each loop here. And we're going to pass that into var orders in model. And we'll pass our tr tag in here. And then we're going to do a td and pull the order ID because we can use that as almost like their order number. And then we can do at order dot total. And then we can do td. And we can add an A with an ASP action. We only need the action because it's automatically, because this is an orders folder, it's automatically assumed that we're using the orders controller. If we put it somewhere else, we'd have to list the orders controller as well. And then we can do ID. ID like so. And then call this details. Now, something important to understand, this sets a parameter for us so that we can pass an argument to the orders controller. So when you look at the orders controller and you look at details, we have this ID here that can be filled. That's what this is doing. This allows us to set that ID and then pass it an argument that can then be read. And then we can use that argument in order to retrieve back the order that they're trying to look at. All right. So this gives us the orders table. We should create an orders menu item so that we have a menu item to review this table. So I'm going to go to shared components, navigation menu default. And I'm going to just scroll down to the bottom just before the UL closes. And we're going to add an if in here because you can't see the orders unless you're logged in, right? Which makes sense because we need to tie it to a user. Now we can add the li in here, and we'll give it a class of nav item, and then we can write our a tag. So this is going to have an not an area, sorry. This is going to have an ASP-controller in it, and we need that in order to tell it which controller we want to connect to. So we're going to connect to orders, and then we need an ASP action, and that's going to be the details, or sorry, the orders. So that's actually index. Oh. Keyboard just glitched. There it goes. Index. And then that's just going to be orders. So we'll only see that menu item if we're actually logged in. If we're not logged in, we won't see the menu item. So right now we're kind of treating this a little Goldilocks. I don't think we did any of the tests that we needed to do to make sure this worked last week because we were just running out of time. So we're going to do that now, essentially. So I'm going to hit F5. Oh, right, I don't have the debugging for this. Ugh, hold on. I need the debugging for this. I need the launch folder. Cont 2084, F23. Live lessons. I'm just going to go steal it from group 2. We'll steal that. And then I'll go put it in the other one so that I have it. There we go. Now I should be able to hit function F5. F5. Why is that not debugging for me? Oh, I might have to reopen this. Oh, or just go to that. Hit start debugging. My watch is trying to respond to me here. There we go. Open up the browser. So right now I'm not logged in, so we can't see the orders, right? So I'm going to have to log in to admin@admin.com and then password at 123. And it will remember me. And now we see the orders. So the orders looks a little off. And I think that's because I didn't add the class here that's needed. So the class for that is this navlink text dark. So navlink text dark. There we go. And then I'll just refresh and see if that fixes it. Oh, it orders another one, but at least we've got it, right? So if I click on orders, I can see the orders that I have, and if I click on details, I can see the details for that order. So now these are my orders that I have from the other class. So why don't we create a new one? So I'm going to go to products, details. I'm going to add like a whole whack of these. We'll add 20. Should come out to $2,460. I'm going to click checkout and then proceed to payment. And that should forward my requests off to Stripe here. So I'm going to do asdf@asdf.com. Whole bunch of 5s. Whole bunch of 4s. Do 0225. This is your test card number. You need to make sure you use that exact number. All the other details are whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Hit pay. That should return back to our order details. And now I should be able to go back to list and I can see it. And if I click on details, I can see my order. So my completed order winds up in the details page where it should be. So that's working then. So we have departments, we have products, we have the view my cart. We are storing the cart in our cart session. We have orders. I thought we were further behind. I didn't realize we were so much further ahead. That's awesome. And that's it. That's all we have to do. So that's what you're going to implement into your project. So if you haven't watched Lesson 11 yet, you need to watch Lesson 11 and then watch this one, which I will title Lesson 11 Continued, so that you know that it's a continuation of the previous one. So make sure you watch the other one so that you're fully caught up and you're able to implement this into your project. And reach out if you have any issues. Anyways, it's been a great semester. I've really enjoyed all of the students that I've had this semester. You guys have been fantastic. So engaging, so friendly, so awesome. I just, yeah, it's rare. You have no idea how rare it is to have this great of a semester, and I look forward to any of you that are taking next semester with me as well. You're all fantastic. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. And next week, oh yeah, the final. Sorry, this is important. The final is next week. I will be opening up the final at 4 a.m. when I get up. You will have from 4 a.m. till midnight to complete the final. It's just multiple choice questions, open book, open internet, open dialogue like usual. If you've done the quizzes before, you should have no problem. I don't expect anybody to have any difficulty getting 100% on it. I am around for support, but I will be at a market. I'll only have Slack, so I won't be doing WebEx for it. So WebEx will not be engaged, just to give you a heads up. Anyways, like I was about to say, I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas, or at least a good holiday and a good break so that you're nice and relaxed when you get back for the following semester or when you're going off to your co-ops. Anyways, cheers everybody.